Islam. First, I give praise to Allah, the great God of the universe. I give honor to His holy and divine prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I give honor to all true and divine prophets of Allah. I give honor to all past leaders of the Moorish Science Temple of America. I give honor to our present Grand Sheikh and moderator of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Brother R. Jones Bey, and to his assistant, Brother A. Hawkins Bey. I give honor to all national, state, and local officials. I give honor to our media team. I give honor to my sisters on the panel. I give honor to all of you viewers. Welcome back to Girl Talk, Real Talk, Morris Talk. Tonight's episode is Family Reunion. I am Sister Ingrid Ill, Temple 71, Washington, D.C.
Islam. I rise giving praise to our Father God Allah and honors to our Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I give honors to all that the sister gave honors to. I give honors where honors due. I give honors to each and every one of you. My name is Sister T. Britt Bay from Washington, D.C., Temple number 71. Peace.
Islam, Islam, Islam. I'd like to rise and give all praises to Allah, honors to our holy and divine prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, honors to each and every one of you, honors to the past as well as the present leadership of the Moorish Science Temple of America, honors to humanity. My name is Sister Tiffany Hopkins Bey out of Temple number 11, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Islam.
Islam, I give praise to the great God, our Father God, Allah. I give honor to our holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. I give honor to everything that the sisters before me gave honors to. And I also give honor to you all for joining us today on this show. My name is Sister A. Ravenel Bay from Temple number 21, Brooklyn, New York. All right.
Praise Allah. So our topic tonight being about family. How do you all feel about family? What does family mean to you all?
Islam. Woo. Family to me is the bitter with the sweet. And what I mean by that is you get the good and the bad. And when I think about like the understanding that I have today helps me a lot. It has helped me a great deal because I can recall when I was little, when I started seeing some things and experiencing some things, it was like a shocker to me because I always looked at family as something perfect. Like a lot of the things that I've experienced in family, whether it was my immediate family, cousins, aunts, whatever, the things that I've experienced, the things that I've seen growing up, it was just a shocker. And then over a period of time, I became immune, as if a lot of the things that I had seen, a lot of the things that I had experienced in family, it almost became like normal. Like I can recall the first time I heard somebody curse, it was like, who? Like you? Oh, you know what I'm saying? And then over time it was, mama cursed, or, daddy said a curse word, and then we sneaking and saying them. So, and then, when I started seeing or experiencing, the arguing, the fighting between siblings, all that was like strange to me. But yet at the same time, we can sit around each other, we can laugh, we can have a ball of fun. So that's why I say the bitter with the sweet. And it reminds me of the instruction, page 53, I think it's chapter 42. Instruction 14 and 15, where it says, Allah has given thee no good without its admixture of evil. but he has given thee also the means of throwing off the evil from it. As joy is not without its alloy of pain, so neither is sorrow without its portion of pleasure. Joy and grief, though
Mm.
unlike, are united. Our own choice only can give them to us entirely. I didn't know this growing up. And when I read this, you know how much this blessed me? Like this
Mm.
just open up new avenues for me because as a kid, I didn't understand family members hurting family members. I just
Mm-hmm.
didn't get that. I didn't understand family members talking to each other disrespectfully.
Mm.
I didn't understand family members getting physical. Just a lot of the things that I was witnessing in family. Family is a place where you get you establish your morals, your values, your principles, and you're taught, you get prepared for your education and how to be in society, be a good little girl, all of those things. But then when all the other stuff started coming into play, it just threw me for a loop. It was really a shocker for me. But praise Allah for understanding. Praise Allah for understanding. Understanding that we are truth and falsehood strangely mixed. Another thing I did not know anything about when I was seeing these things going on in
Mm-hmm.
family. But to
Mhm.
know it today, to have the understanding that I have, it changes how I look at my loved ones, the ones that may not be on the path that I'm on. The prophet
Mhm.
has shared that they're working out their life sums just the same.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So, these lessons have really, really
Yeah.
changed my perspective on not just life, but family.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
We could hold grudges with family members. Mm-mm. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that because guess what? I'm learning to get it. I'm learning to understand what has happened to us as a family. So
Right.
I'm gonna end it right there. But to me, family is the bitter with the sweet. But I wouldn't trade mine for nothing in the world. And also, family is given, not chosen. So you get what you get. But I love what I have. Peace.
Praise Allah.
Mm.
Girl, you keep walking by. You got a crow.
This is girl talk, real
Pardon,
talk.
Yes, it is.
right, pardon me, boys. I know y'all see my baby in the background, but all is well. Y'all
Well,
know,
Islam.
your parents. Praise Allah. But praise Allah. That led me right into my portion. Family. Um, family to me means that you are, you know, amongst people who you love and care for, you honor and respect. Um, Sometimes family gets on your nerves, but at the end of the day, you gotta love them regardless. Um, Me as well, I definitely believe I look at family completely different with the teachings of the prophet because these are lessons that I didn't necessarily grow up with. But however, I would say I didn't grow up with them in the prophet's words. I grew up understanding that you have to respect people, you have to, have patience, you have to have tolerance. So, in a sense, the teachings were Islam, but I didn't know that they were Islam. You understand what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
I'm
Mhm.
grateful for that. I'm grateful for that because, always regardless of what, situations I may have um witnessed growing up or whatever I may have seen, it prepared me for my life at this point. And so therefore I'm grateful for it. And being around the people that I had been around growing up taught me a lot. whether it taught me things to do or not to do. So I'm grateful for all of those different things, because you can always learn. You can always learn how to kind of mold your life, how you want to be as a person, different characteristics of your parents or family members that you may take on or see that you want to be or you admire, or stuff that you don't like, things that you might say, I never want to do that or go through that, you know. But family to me means that you don't have to be, as we would say out in the world, blood related to be family. But we know with the teachings of the prophet, we all come from the same father and mother, the Adams and Eves. We all come from the Garden of Eden. That's where we, as humanity, this is where we started. I feel like getting that consciousness helps us on an everyday basis to understand our brothers and sisters a lot more.
Yeah.
Have patience with them a lot more. Love on them a lot more.
Yeah.
Because as that man is truth and philosophy strangely mixed. So we have to remember there was a time when we didn't have, there was a time for me specifically when I did not exactly have these lessons of the prophet. So I have to go back in the mind of when I was ignorant and remember that these people just, it's not a thing of they just don't like you or they just, have hate in their heart. It's more so they don't know how or what to do in its proper way. And so we have to be that message that we bring and teach by example of how we're supposed to do things. Right. Because when you know better, you do better. But understanding that you rely on those around you to move. You rely on those on an everyday basis for your life. I'm going to take a quick reading from, and this is one of my favorite chapters, chapter 30, Holy Instructions from the Prophet, the Social Duties. When thou consider thy want, when thou behold thy imperfection, acknowledge his goodness, O son of humanity, who honored thee with humanity, endowed thee with speech, and placed thee in society to receive and confer reciprocal helps and mutual obligations, protection from injuries, thy enjoyment of the comforts and the pleasures of life. All these thou owest to the assistance of others, and couldst not enjoy but in the bands of society. Right. To me, that's talking about your life, your family.
That's right. That's right, sis.
Because you won't be able to enjoy none of that.
That's right, sis.
So praise Allah.
Yeah.
Oh, sis, Islam. She just hit it. So we on Sunday school. This is our chapter. We just started, and that verse. When you were talking, I was like, "Oh, she's making me think about Sunday school." Then you read the verse. Sis, we all in one.
That's right.
And when you brought that up, it made me, the conversation I had with my children was reminding them about how we have to work in unison with one another. You know what I mean? And we have to be able to harmonize with one another. If someone's really good at cleanliness, like they got that gift, let them harmonize. You're good with this. We work together, but it brings me, let me go back to the question that you asked, which is, what does family mean to me? And family means to me, I think you kind of hit this, Sister Britt Bay, about, that chosen, they're given to you.
Yes.
I believe that Allah has put people in your place, in your life, who will help you through your journey. And the sooner I realize that we treat them like family, given for the moment or not, then how can I receive that blessing? So I grew up where my sister is much older than me. And so we're in two different generations. She was a teenager when I was born, she was, so we had this like different world. So when I was younger, I didn't have other siblings like me, but my being growing up in the temple as a child, those were like my brothers and sisters, it was, that was just my brother. We say brother and sister. And so that was family to me. And I quickly realized that when I had the opportunity to be with other people, they could be family. They could be family with me. You all are family to me. And so it makes me think about this chapter. We're going in there with the prophet says here, the holy covenant of the Asiatic nations in instruction 2. He said, let the bonds of affection therefore unite thee with thy brothers, that peace and happiness may dwell in thy father's house. And I love that because, he said brothers and sisters. When you think of family, you have a mother, a father, a brother, a sister.
right.
You got an aunt, you got an uncle. There's some members they're like my uncle. There's like my aunt, because we're one family. And so
right.
it's important to remember that we're one family. But to me, the key to this and being family is not saying that I love you and you're my brother and sister. The key to this is when the prophet says, let the bonds of affection. And when you get that family that came through your biological, you have sometimes that affection because you're together more. You fuss, you fight, whatever, but you just it happens. And then you have to, for me, it's like, okay, now I have to create that affection, that relationship with someone else. And when you have that and you get that bond, it's a whole nother level. It's just a whole nother level. And it makes family so important. So family to me means whoever Allah has blessed in my life, who I can have that bond with. That's family, and they can come different places, different parts of my life, and they show up in a way. Because when something's happening, the prophet says when thy brothers in adversity, thy sisters in trouble forsake her not. That also tells me about family. I'm like, I need help right now. Yeah. And then I got someone in my mind who I could pick up the phone and they got the answer. Boom. Goes back to what you just said, social duties. Somebody's helping you through that moment.
That's right.
Or I'm struggling with an idea and I'm like, I need to be able to help. And the first people usually think about is the people that closest to you. That's family. So family means having that real bond, that real bond.
That's right.
I got you, you got me.
That's right. I'm in agreement with all of you. Family is togetherness. It's barbecues. It's extending your arm. Coming together when one is in crisis, supporting each other, whether it be physically, financially, emotionally. Family is remembering the relationship that bindeth us to love and unity. And praise Allah for the prophet. I take that chapter 25 like to heart. When I'm out in the world and I see a brother or a sister, whether they're in the temple or not, I have to remember the relationship that binds us to love and unity. And some of the things that I think that I may know, they may not be aware of. So I have to have patience, because this sister don't know that I see her as my sister, but I still got to treat her as my sister anyway. You understand what I'm saying? I can go on and on about what family means to me, but I'll start talking about food and whatnot, because you know how it is when family get together and you have some good victuals. Everybody bring a portion. That's how it was when I was coming up. Family is when a hurricane comes, everybody get to one house and wait it out together. Everybody bring your luggage, bring what you need, and we wait out this storm together. Family is when I walk in the temple and I say Islam Moors, I know I'm talking to my family. Peace.
It's like, I just want.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I just want to say one thing she said that made me. I was like, family is when you can have that fun together too.
Yes, it is.
Yes, I think you didn't read it, Sister Hopkins, baby. When you were reading, it's like we get that enjoyment by being one another.
Yes.
So we need to have fun too. That's important. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, sis.
No, praise Allah, all is well. And I was thinking as you both were speaking, so I'm just coming off of a a family vacation. So every year we have a little small group of us that go out and we go to different places. And it's so deep because it's a blessing to have those who are not biologically your family, but will step up because we are
Yeah.
family. You understand? We are bonded
Yes.
in some type of way, shape of. We are bonded, right?
Yes.
And when they see you in that adversity or in trouble, they say, "Listen, don't worry about it. We got you." And to see multiple people stand up and say, "Listen, this is a no judgment zone. We're gonna make sure that you are all right." The blessing of that is undescribable, because to have people, as the sister just said, that got your back, have such a sincere and genuine love and care for your well-being, we have to be like that with everybody, whether or not they know
That's
or
right.
they don't know. We got to continue to be that. We have to. And then maybe it will show something or spark something in others' minds that don't have that full understanding of what they have to do. I'm coming off of a beautiful trip that I just got home with last night, and I'm just honored by the love that I seen. And praise Allah, I'm honored by the relationships that I have with other people, just those that, reached out and said, I'm glad to see y'all made it back safely. Praise Allah. When you're able to speak the same language to those that you are connected to, that's a blessing. That is a blessing to be amongst your own.
Yeah.
So praise Allah.
Well, I'm gonna jump in with the next question because I'm sure people might be wondering. I'm curious what your thoughts are. Is there a difference between your Moorish American family and others you call family? What is it? What's the difference? Is there a difference?
I don't think, you know what? The deep part is I had to think about that real quick because I was about to say, yeah, it is kind of a difference, but no, it's not, because
Really
and this is my perspective, because I was going to say, like, I might can say certain things to my family, my biological family, and they won't be upset, but that's not true because they do. But just being realistic, I think that your relationships with people in general are just different with people in general. I think there's, honestly, for me, there's no difference. There are some people that are, my Moorish brothers and sisters. The difference is they just know their nationality. That's it. They're just aware of their nationality. It doesn't mean that they are any different from my other family who doesn't have knowledge of their nationality. We all working out our life sums.
That's right.
Whether in the temple or out the temple, we are all working out our life sums. I think that being a member of the Moorish Temple of America makes us more aware of them. It puts a magnifying glass on it. And I think those of us who are practicing Islam have more of a care to do better, to want better, but we all working out our life sums. So, you may see somebody struggling or going through some things, whether they're in the temple or out the temple. And just as a sister, for instance, one of my little cousins, like, now, you need to, come on now, we could do better, or let me help you do this and the third. And they might take it like, no, they might not want to listen to me. And that's on any side, on any side from my perspective. So I don't think there's much of a difference. Praise Allah.
I agree with you, sis. I'm gonna say for the most part it isn't, but when it comes to, and this is just for me, when it comes to with my biological family, I don't have any problem, none whatsoever, with pulling up one of my members when they out of pocket. But when it comes to my Moorish family members, I speak with discretion. Not
A
saying
little
that
bit
I
more
don't use
careful.
discretion with my family. I'm just a little more relaxed with my biological family,
Right.
with
Because they know
speaking
you.
from my heart, than I am with my Moorish family. But I will say I see the same character traits in my Moorish family that I see in my biological family. I see some of the same behaviors. The different, another difference would be how everybody in my biological family might not be on the same path that I'm on at this particular time. Whereas though my Moorish family, we might have a little bump in the road and we both can go to that Quran, or we both can instruct one another with the lessons. So it's
That
almost like I can look at them. We can look at one another. We can be off our square and look at
Right.
one another, and you get your act together. You don't even have to say anything.
Yeah.
But with my family, it's just a little bit
Mhm.
different.
Right.
So those would be the only
Right.
differences. But for the most part, it's the same, just like the sister said. Truth and falsehood strangely mixed. And I know that first coming into the movement, I had to remind myself, don't get caught up with the fact that they Moors, that they don't cut up, or they don't judge, or they don't gossip, or you know what I'm saying, all the things that your family members do. We got some Moors that do the same thing, and sometimes I have to remind myself, because it could be a shock to me when I see something different from a Moor. But I have to remember
Yeah,
we all
everybody got their higher self.
Right.
Everybody got a higher self
absolutely,
and a lower
absolutely,
self.
absolutely, yes, yes,
Everybody.
yes.
And we all
Mhm.
striving. We are
That's
all
it.
striving for purity.
That is
That's
it.
right.
Cause we could be quick to say, nah, that sister knows she know better. Why does it have to be that she shouldn't? She probably should, but maybe she's struggling. So what can you do to help? How about that part? So yeah, good question, sis.
What you
Praise
think,
But
Sister
I
God.
enjoy the
Gabrielle?
Lord same way I enjoy my family. Family Day,
Right.
Difference
I see
is
another
different.
side. A good time. I mean, a good time. I enjoy Family Day with the Moors, because finally I get to see them outside, outside the temple, and just a little bit more relaxed. In temple, everybody, I don't want to say they're tense, but we in order.
Yeah, we in
Everybody's
order.
in, yes, absolutely.
Well,
But
yeah,
not saying we out of order at Family Day, but you're a little bit more relaxed, and it's so good to see the Moors like that.
yeah,
Laughing and just
yeah.
having a great time, joking with one another. Because we don't get to joke much, we joke a little bit, in temple, but Family Day just,
Yeah.
it's fun. It's fun. I love family. I do.
But I have to say, sis, to that point, right? When we go to temple, we on a mission. At least I'm on a mission. When
There
I'm
it
going to
is.
Sunday school, I'm going to school.
That's
I'm
right.
here to learn. So I am
That's
gonna try and
right.
be on my square.
That's right.
When
That's
I
right.
go for Friday holiday meeting, I like to say, I'm getting my gas tank filled up, because the week was
Yeah,
a week. And
Yeah,
I'm trying to refill to
that's
get me
right.
through the next week.
That's
So
right.
yeah, but when you're outside of that, now it's time for the lessons to be displayed, right? So people
Okay.
can be more relaxed, because you're gonna see them in their best. But go ahead, Sister
Yeah.
Grill. I know she has something good to tell us.
I did.
Yeah,
Oh, well, yeah. I'm just gonna be real, keep it real, because this is real talk, more talk, and more speak with truth anyway. Um, sometimes some of us have either in our own family or know someone that has a family member that is family blood wise. That's kind of where it ends, just because they haven't really demonstrated being a family or a family member. And then you have some people that you consider your family who's not blood related at all, like direct blood related, I should say. You understand what I'm saying? That you definitely call your family. and like you said, the difference is, for me, the difference is one knows their nationality, and one is just unaware at the moment of their nationality. Like the sister says, Sister Britt Bates say, we have a certain language in the temple, right? And sometimes when I'm speaking to someone who's not in the temple, I can see that something I said, even though they wasn't sure, it caught their attention. You know what I'm saying? It caught their attention to enough where they said to expound on what it was I just said or what I just meant. So I feel like when somebody can hear it too, they family and they trying to introduce themselves. It, they're trying to, I don't know how to say. But anyway, I'm a yield. Peace.
Okay, sis. I think I know you were going maybe, but I'm gonna just say what it felt to me when I heard you say it. So to me, the difference is we have a language. Yes, it's a nationality. We understand our customs, our traditions, and it's the same when I go. When I'm in a work environment with a different group, there's a culture, there's a way we talk, the way we do things, and there are people there that I'm working with that it's like family because we're in there. But as a Moorish American, there is a family because we all can speak and we know, but we're all striving. I think this is said we are all striving, and we're all striving to do it in the same way with the same lessons and trying to work on ourselves. So to me, that's the only difference. But for me, I also have different friend groups. Different groups serve different parts of me. I have a friend group where we're trying to work out together. We have a different language we say, a different way we talk, right? But that's what we do. And for me, I enjoy having different people in my life because I think that they can help show me different parts of me. We got to know thyself. And so when I'm with other people, people see you more plainly. The prophet said, right? Somebody else may see you more plainly than you will see yourself. So it helps me to kind of check in a little bit on that part of me that might be looking different. But really, the difference is just the language we speak. And it's a blessing to have that lesson. It's a blessing to be able to speak. You all are Moorish American sisters, specifically your sisters. We all got a very specific point of view as a sister trying to do a lot of things in our lives. And we can communicate and bond on it because of our experience. And that's a blessing. So
praise the Lord. I was going to say, I think we're spiritually in tune also, that I think that's a difference because, in addition to us knowing our nationality and others not, being aware of it, I don't think it changes who you are because I think we still are, that higher self and that lower self. I think it makes us, being in the temple makes us more spiritually in tune of and aware of our higher self and lower self. And the purpose of our Sunday school and our holy day is to let us know that, we are all going through some of the same things and to learn how to keep that lower self in check. And I think that at times we may look at another Moorish American like, do they know better? But we can't assume that.
That's right.
And I think we can't assume that because they may know better on this particular situation, but do you know better on a different type of situation? You feel me? So it's like, I think with your family that you were born to and you were around since birth, I think that it may be a little bit easier, as Sister Britt Bay said, to have certain conversations because they have been around you all your life.
Yeah.
For me personally, coming into the temple at the time that I did, I don't know because we all have come in at different times. Some were born in it, some were not. So I think it may be a little bit more challenging to just go up to them and say certain things or have a conversation with them about certain things if they don't really know your personality and your character. However, I think there is a certain level of trust on board because as the sister read about assisting your brother and forsaking your sister not. I think there's a certain level of trust on board that you would want the best for your brothers and sisters the same way you would want the best for yourself. So I think at times it can be a little bit conflicting because people have to know you. You have to be comfortable and you have to know someone's spirit to know whether or not we on the same page. So that's what I was saying, you know, that spiritual aspect of it.
Yep. Okay, Sister Griel, go ahead.
Name a time that your family came together in support of a family member, if you can.
Well, that's a norm for my family. Whether it's a celebration, a support because someone graduated from school, for the younger kids, you know, their birthday, you know, in support of them, because you know how the kids, they look forward to being celebrated that they getting older or they've turned another year older. And also when there's, you know, when a family member is going through some things, you know, having a hardship, whether it be health or what have you. In my family, it's always been like that from day one. My mother she's formed that in our family to this day. You know how they call like interventions? We have our own within our family. And so we're very strong about supporting one another. And I like that because it helps me. And I like to be on the end where I'm in support of another family member. Because listen, we've been out here in this world and we've come across people that just don't have family support.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We know what that looks like. Some of us know what that feels like. So to be at a place where you're giving that, even if you are the one who didn't have family support, you now have your own family. You're able to give that. You know what that feels like to want to give it. So in my family, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that we as sisters here on this show come together in unity and support of one another. I see it demonstrated here, and that's powerful to me. That's important to me. Support is I'm real big on support. So yeah, within my Moorish family and my immediate family, we do come together in support of one another. Peace.
Yeah, I would say we support each other all the time. You know, this past week when we were away, there was a huge, significant amount of support that my family received. So I'm grateful for that. The Temple family, we celebrate those things of worth celebrating. We honor each other. That's on a consistent basis. I think that we have to give each other the flowers while we're here, so that they have a weight. They hold weight to it. You know, you can't just treat people like whatever, blase while they're here on earth, and then when they made their transition, it's like, oh, they were so great, they were so wonderful. Nah, let's honor them and show that love now. So I would definitely say those who I'm surrounded by on an everyday basis, we celebrate and love on each other and honor and do supportive things for each other all the time. And that's a blessing. It's community.
Yes.
It's community.
Yes.
And I think showing that, having your children amongst those things that allows them to grow up and have community and know what it feels like, and to give as well as receive, as well as to help, to aid, to assist. You know what I'm saying? Like they need that.
Absolutely.
They need that. You never know. Praise Allah.
if I could just mention real quick, even my work family, because they my family, because I spend a lot of time at work.
That's
Even
right.
my work family, whenever someone has any kind of tragedy, whether it's a loss of a family member, we take up a collection. You know, we do little things to support that worker. And so, like, I love all my small, big groups of families that I have placed in my life. And I thank Allah that that there's a such thing as families. You
Mhm.
know, so I may get something at work from my work family that I might not get here at home. You know, I
Mhm.
might get something from my Moorish family that I might not get that I need at work. You know, whatever the case, they all play parts, and I just love the support that I get from all my different groups of family, and how
That's
we
Mhm.
right.
come together in a time of need and a time of celebration for whatever reason, because it ain't always got to be something bad or tragic
Yeah.
for us to unite. We unite for good things.
That's right.
You know, we be
Mhm.
excited to unite. You know, she got her nails done for the first time. Oh, let's get together. It's like, no, I'm just playing.
I'm
Yeah,
with both of y'all sisters. I'm with you both. I mean, it's important to celebrate when there's an activity or someone's got we have the performance or the sports or the birthdays, the whatever it is. It's important, and I have family that's across the U.S., so we try to do Zooms, and I'd say that's one thing that's been really great with the pandemic. Everybody not use
yes,
it. We were like, oh, it's such a birthday. We get on for even like 30 minutes an hour. We'll get on, we'll sing, and then it just makes you check in. And we at one point had it where we created the the teens wanted their own little breakout room, so they went in their own little room and were playing video. So to me, it's really important to support, and to me, it's building that bond of
yes,
affection, of love with one another. And when the sister were just talking, you were talking about Sister Hopkins Bay, about how good it feels. It made me think about in that Asiatic chapter, Covenant Asiatic Nations, where it talks about, the end is like, so shall the fortunes of thy father contribute to the support of his race. So the fortune that we get and the care, but the key is continue to you all in our love to each other. So when our higher self is being activated, it's Allah in us, because we spirit man helping one another out. And
that's
that's why
right.
it feels so good. That's why, I the passing of my mother a month ago, and to see all the people like, are you okay? I was so overwhelmed with the love, the support. The support made me weep sometimes, because like, you took time out your day to text me, or you took your time to come here, or you took your time to do this. That love and support, that's divine. That is Allah given the love the way we need it, or the way I needed it. And I am blessed to have the family that comes in different parts of my life to
That's
be there
right.
for me. And I'm going
That's
to tear up.
right.
Peace.
That's right. What is your experience, Sister Greer? Did you respond?
Mm-mm.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
You sure?
I'm sure. Go ahead.
What is your experience when you? Is this the same question? What is your experience when you unite with your family? Is that the same?
No. Well, it was name a time you came together in support of a family
Oh,
member.
okay. So it's not the same.
It's
So what is
kind of
your
different.
experience when you unite with your family? What is that like for you? And
It's
I'll go.
everything.
Oh, okay, go ahead, sis.
It's everything. Just to go a little bit back on my last question, you know, I have the set group of people who are on the same path as myself. Um, and we really show up for each other. Like that is my family outside of my family. And they've been riding with me for a very long time. And when I say we show up for each other, we really do show up for each other for everything that is good and not so good. Um, and sister just lost her mother, and so wanted to be there with y'all in support, But I remember um, this particular sister was getting ready to have celebrate a monument of her own. And I remember when I was celebrating a monument of mine, her son was in surgery, and she was there with me because I'm her friend and family to her, right? And I have truly been blessed to be in a city with no blood relative outside of my daughter and grandbaby and have so much family.
Mm.
That's a huge blessing. And I'm grateful that I got out the way so that I can embrace my higher self and those people want to be in my life. You know, there was a time somebody probably might not want to be around Sister Brielle, but she wouldn't even call Sister Brielle at that time. She was doing some other stuff. So I'm just grateful for all of those things, you know. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, what happens when we unite? I'm sorry. Y'all have to excuse me. I'm having muscle spasms right now. And I'm gonna push through this though. What happens when I unite with family? A good time, joy, love, togetherness, understanding, misunderstandings settle.
Absolutely.
You know, because sometimes we have misunderstandings and they need to be worked out. You know, me personally, I don't like to leave it too much in the air. I like to get to the bottom of it so we can get on past it. I'm gonna get to the solution, not saying the problem, kind of sister. Um, Good food comes together when we unite.
That's right. That's right.
You know, fashion ideas come together when we unite. Love comes together when we unite. You know, I feel like lately I've been a matchmaker at this place I go to every day because I play a certain type of music. And my goal is to have somebody fall in love before the end of their workout every day, right? I don't know if it's happening. But anyway, that's what comes together when I unite with family. Peace.
Mm.
Islam. Islam. Well, for me, the experience is definitely always love. But I have to be real when I say, because I have family members where we all come from different walks of life, sometimes they start out in love and fun and peace and all that, and then it's always somebody that got to go left. But the good thing about that is there's enough discipline and structure in the family too that we can, like, yeah, calm that noise.
Mhm.
You know, uniting with family, whether it's my Moorish family, work family, biological family, uniting with family is the time that I get to see exactly where I am.
Mm.
It's almost like having an out of body experience, and it hasn't always been that way because I didn't have the mindset that I have today. And with me having the mindset that I have today, I'm always looking to see how I'm acting, how I'm responding. Um, and so uniting with family sometimes can be rocky. It's sometimes, for the most part, like I said, it's love.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then there are some experiences where I wish I'd have stayed home, or I wish I didn't. But I love in the beginning when you see everybody pulling up one at a time, so happy, and it's so and so coming, and oh my God, I ain't seen you in a while, and I'm so glad you put this together. You know, it's just, I like uniting with family. I really do. I like uniting with my extended family now, having them involved. It's just, and just to see them, to see my extended family now, like really getting along with my biological family and the children of the extended family, um, bonding with my children. And it's almost like it's so natural for them. And to see that, Man, I just be on cloud nine. Seriously, to see that they get along so well, and they looking out for each other. You know before they depart, like call me, let me know you made it in safe, and all of that. I like it when we can play together and have a good time. It's not too often that the uniting is chaos or confusion, but for the most part, the love of uniting with family is always beautiful. Whichever family it is, it's always wonderful and great. So yeah, that's what it is for me. That's my experience.
Mm.
I throw it together. Say y'all want to do something, I throw it together. I'm always ready for that.
Well, I'll just jump in real quick and just say everything what y'all said is true for me, my experience with family. The one thing I will say, there's lots of fun and but what I've also noticed is that it's an opportunity for me to know myself a little bit better,
That's right.
because ain't nothing like a little family that knows you, or even friends that knows you, where you get a little bit of that misunderstanding, that rub, and it shows up in a way where you're like, okay, why is this person grating my nerves right now? What
Right.
is it?
Yeah.
Is it me? Is it them? Like, what is going on? And that, I think, also is an experience that I have with family. It teaches me about myself, where I'm at, what I need to
Mhm.
work on. And sometimes, when family, whether they biological or not, and they're close enough, you have that trust. I know sister talked about trust before, that they'll call you on it, right? Or they'll tell
Mhm.
you, you seem a little off. They might say it nice, or they might say, you seem like you need to take a break. Something's going
Mhm.
on. You're not yourself, for whatever it is. So my experience with family is all of the things, the good, the fun, the excitement, but also the ability to have somebody be there for me to help me
That's
be
right.
better,
That's right.
you know so that's important too.
Praise Allah. I would say that, as you all have said, it's it's a party, and we all have those family gatherings, like Sister Brooke Bay, where somebody gonna go left, and you gotta, yeah, I will definitely say in my biological family, I'm that person that's like, come on now, you gotta get yourself together. I'm the person that'll say that, and they know that. So there are times when they go do family stuff and I don't get invited, and I'm good with that because y'all know I'm not gonna say my first name, but that, because that's what they call me. They know she ain't even about that life no more. So it ain't no sense in us telling her to come, because we know she gonna say no, and then they'll tell me about it later, like, oh, we went to such and such place. Oh, okay, I'm glad y'all were safe. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they have those type of outings, and I'm grateful to be at this point in life, because there was a time when I was, out there. However, my family fun now includes us, cooking or eating out or getting, us all getting some stuff. We got the card games going. Praise Allah, for this past week. Started teaching my 15-year-old son, with the assistance of the whole family that we were with, my 15-year-old son and my 13-year-old nephew, how to play spades. I'm like, listen, y'all in high school, you cannot know how to play spades. Somebody gonna get y'all. And we was teaching them the moves and different
Yes,
stuff to
yes.
do. I'm like, come on now, y'all got. If it's one game y'all got to know how to play, is spades. That's the
Say,
old school joint. So
Hmm.
that was a blessing, that fun, listening to music, everybody vibing. And I'm telling you, we were at a house and we had maybe 5 or 6 different conversations going on, but it was just all love. Everybody was, vibing, having a good time. There wasn't any alcohol involved, or, anything, any substances that were, not to be had. There was just good, clean fun. And it was such a blessing. And I think that when I looked at the whole situation, it was relaxing because you were
yeah.
amongst those who you could be comfortable with. You
That's
could let your
right.
guard down. It
Yes.
wasn't
Yes.
you had to be stiff and straight up, and I don't play no games. No, it was just comfortable. The enjoyments of life and being
Yes.
comfortable, that's what
Yes.
it was. And we listen, I don't want to, it's not a lot to do some places in the South, some places, but we made it so much fun just being around each other.
That's right.
That was love, man. That was love. So praise Allah. We're gonna do another question because it's getting a little late, or we're gonna go into our closing remarks.
Let's see if we can do one where. Let's see what we can do. Everybody, we'll just try. I'll try to be quick. Let's try one more.
Sister Hop, you want to do Sister Hopkins, babe? Hers is how has the importance of family molded you in your life?
Okay, praise Allah. And I'll start with it because mine is really quick. So I will say that I'm assuming I've always had this motherly nature about myself. And it's because I had to, at such a young age, I had to take on the responsibilities of the older sister, the older cousin. And so there were many younger little cousins and stuff under me. But I had to take on that role of always taking care of them when their parents weren't around or when my grandmother couldn't do it. So I'm grateful because it did prepare me for my own 4 children. However, I didn't have much of that youthful childhood as I would have wanted. But listen, Allah is the best of planners, and Allah knows all things. So therefore, this was a part of the journey that I was supposed to have. So it was important for me to go through what I had to go through in order to be who I am. And I think, honestly, in order for my children to have the life that they are having, where they can be children, where they can enjoy, where it's not too much on them, where they can just be free. So praise Allah.
I'm long-winded, so I'm not going to share.
Yeah, I know you.
Sister wrapping up, babe.
Okay, well, you ain't going to share. Okay.
I'm long-winded. I had a lot to say on that one.
Well, go ahead. Take it.
No.
I'm curious.
It's nothing.
Okay. So I think I had a lot of thoughts that just came when she was talking to me. So now I'm like, my brain is like thinking, and I'm trying to get to agree. Go ahead.
Praise Allah. I think. Go ahead, sis.
Go ahead. No, say the question one more time. I'm gonna try to think of the quick.
It was, how has the importance of family molded you in your life?
That's a deep question, right? And I think that's why it's hard to be so short with it. And I'm looking at the time.
Yeah.
So, but I'll just say how has it molded me. I think that it has made me learn to love more. I think it has made me come into my own truth more. Absolutely. And those are the two things, because the family just the love, right? The love, and it just gets better and better. The more you spend more time with somebody, the love just gets stronger. The more I spend time with you, sisters, the more my love for you all extends, and so that is for every group that I have the opportunity to be with and bond with. And then the truth is, it tells you so much about who you are and where you want to step in and where you want to lean in or where you learn. And that bond. So I think that's when I think about my own growth and development. Those are the two things that come to my mind.
Praise Allah.
Nobody gonna drop nothing else? No other knowledge? Come on, sis.
We ain't got but a minute.
Okay.
Yes.
Closing thoughts before we close out? Anyone before I do announcements?
Cherish the family that you have. Embrace them in the moment, because that is all that we have.
Agreed. Praise Allah.
Praise Allah. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us to today's show of Girl Talk, Real Talk, Moorish Talk. Of course, if you can hear more amazing information and content and education, we have our Friday Holy Day meeting, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We have our Sunday school at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Go ahead and you can find it on Facebook or YouTube. We also have this week, Wednesday, Universal Love, Brother and Sister Adams Based Show will be on. Excited to see that. And the following one, we have Sakara Sacred Healing. That will be happening next Wednesday. And just so you all know, our next show is our season finale. So you are not going to want to miss it. Make sure you like and subscribe so you get a notification when we're on. And we love you all. Praise Allah that we are able to be here and be blessed to share our thoughts. And I pray that we said something that was uplifting. And we hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Peace.
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 Girl talk. Real talk.
Welcome back to Girl Talk, Real Talk, Moorish
Moorish
Talk.
talk. We're building when the girls are talking. Moorish talking. Real talk. Real talk. We're building when our Moors are talking. Moorish talk. Real talk. Real talk. We're building when the girls are talking. Moorish talking. Real talk. Real talk. We're building when our Moors are talking. Moorish talk. Real talk. Real talk. Allah want us to talk about it. At least that we can shout about it. We're building our foundation upon truth. And faithful now to think about it. Communicate and speak about it. The gospel of salvation is good news. We're building when the girls are talking. Moorish talking. Real talk. Real talk. We're building when our Moors are talking. Moorish talk. Real talk. Real talk. We're building when the girls are talking. Moorish talking. Real talk. Real talk. We're building when our Moors are talking. Moorish talk. Real talk. Real talk. We're building when the girls
Please
are
tune
talking.
in
Moorish
to
talking.
Girl Talk, Real Talk, Moorish Talk in 2 weeks on Monday at 7 p.m.
We thank you all for being a part of this show and experience with us. And we look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.